Hello children, welcome to online classes. Today we will discuss objective questions from chemical kinetics and radioactivity. The first question, heptene decomposes according to following reaction. C7H14 giving rise to 2 moles of C2H4 and C3H6. The rate constant was found to be 10 power minus 4 seconds inverse. In what time molar ratio of heptene to ethene in the reaction mixture will attain the value 1? Heptene decomposes, means they have given us reaction of heptene decomposing. They have given the rate constant that is to be found 10 power minus 4 seconds inverse. It says that seconds inverse says that the reaction is following first order kinetics, and we need to find out the molar ratio of heptene to ethene ratio must be equal to 1. The time they are asking us to find out what time the ratio of these two are equal to 1. Let us write the reaction once, that is C7H14 means heptene giving rise to 2 moles C2H4 plus C3H6. Say at a time t is equal to 0, let us assume the concentration of heptene is A moles. These two are zeros here now. At time t is equal to t, let us suppose x moles are reacting. This will be A minus x. You are going to get 2x here and then x. 2x because there are 2 moles are being formed. So therefore 2x moles here. Now we need to find out the time that molar ratio of heptene to ethene should be equal. That is 1. So molar ratio of heptene to ethene means A minus x by 2x is the molar ratio. This value must be equal to 1. This implies A is equal to 3x. Then now value of A is equal to 3x we have. Now let us apply the formula, first order equation. So time t is equal to 2.303 by rate constant into log of A by A minus x, which is equal to 2.303 by k. K is given as 10 power minus 4, 10 to the power of minus 4 into log of value of A is equal to 3x by A minus x. So A is 3x minus x, which is equal to 2x we have now. So we can cancel off here x and x. We get 3 by 2, and log 3, log 2 are given to us here. We can substitute the values. Therefore, t is equal to 2.303 by 10 to the power of minus 4 into log 3 0.4771 minus log 2 0.301. By simplifying, you are going to get the value in seconds. The value comes out to be 0.4055 by 10 power minus 4. Let us divide the value by 60 so that answer comes in seconds, which comes to 67.5, which is nearly equal to 68 minutes we have. So dividing this value by 60 to get the value in minutes, otherwise the answer will be in seconds only. So we have written the equation which is given to us. At time t is equal to 0, we have taken A initial moles. And time t is equal to t, we assume that x moles are reacting. Thereby A minus x moles remain here, and 2x moles of ethene will form. And we need to find out the time at which molar ratio remains equal to 1. So we have taken molar ratio A minus x by 2x. We equate it to 1. From this we can say A is equal to 2x. Now we have taken the first order rate equation and we have substituted. We have taken the formula first, and here A is known to be 3x. So A minus x will be equal to 3x minus x. It comes to 2x. So therefore log 3 minus log 2 we got, and these values are given to us. Simplification, we get the value in seconds. We divided further by 60 to get the answer in minutes. Therefore 68. The option is A we have. In this case answer is A. So therefore A is the answer. Question number 1. Question number 2. In a first order reaction, 10% of the reaction is completed in 1 hour. The percentage of reactant remaining after 2 hours. Percentage remaining after 2 hours. So first order 10% completes in 1 hour, and after 2 hours, how much remains now? Let us take like this. Initially we have 100. So after 1 hour, it is given as a 10% completes. So 10% completes after 1 hour, implies we are getting here 90 then now, 10% of this. Again, if you take one more hour, again 10% has to react now. Now 10% of 90 will be equal to 9. So 9 reacts in this. We are going to be left with 81. So 81 percentage remains at the end of 2 hours. So in every 1 hour, only 10% of the existing amount reacts. So in second 1 hour also, 10% of 90 reacts, means only 9 reacts there. Finally, you are left with 81. So answer is option D, that is 81 we have. So D is the answer. Then, in first order reaction, the concentration of reactant decreases from 800 mole per decimeter cube to 50 mole per decimeter cube in 2 into 10 power 2 seconds. The rate constant of the reaction is, so the when concentration is changing from 800 to 50 in 2 into 10 to the power of 2 seconds, what is the rate constant? Let us take initial concentration is 800. So 800 to become 400 becomes 1 half-life we have here, because half dissociates. From 4 to 200, another half-life we have here now. From this to 100, we have one more half-life we have here. And finally, to become 50, we have here one more half-life now. So for 800 to become 50, we have altogether 4 half-lives are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Implies 4 half-lives. Time is given as 2 into 10 to the power of 2 seconds we have now. We require each half-life here now. So therefore, half-life. Each half-life is equal to 2 by 4 into 10 to the power of 2 we have. So therefore, answer is option C we have. C is the answer. So 2 by 4, nothing but 1 by 2 we have, 10 to the power of 2. Half-life is given as, that is 1 by 2, 10 to the power of 2 is a half-life. They're asking us rate constant here, and rate constant means K is equal to 0.693 by half-life we have, that is T half, which is equal to 0.693 by a value which we found out as half-life there now. So half-life is nothing but 0.5 here, 10 to the power of 2. On simplification, the value comes to 1.38 into 10 to the power of minus 2 we have. So half-life, we are getting half-life first, then comes the value of K. K is equal to 0.693 by T half. So the answer is option C. Then next one. The rate constant for the reaction 2N2O5 giving rise to 4 moles of NO2 plus O2 is 3 into 10 to the power of minus 5 seconds inverse. If the rate is 2.4 10 power minus 5, then the concentration of N2O5 is. We are observing the units of rate constant. It is again seconds inverse. It says that it is following first order kinetics. So from the units we can say the reaction is of first order kinetics. So therefore now rate is equal to rate constant K into, it is a to the power of 1. So first order kinetics we have. Rate is given to us, that is rate as well as rate constant, both are given to us. Rate is given as 2.4 into 10 to the power of minus 5, and then rate constant is 3 into, it is 10 to the power of minus 5 into concentration of A we have. Therefore, concentration of A will be equal to, it is 2.4 10 raised to minus 5 by 3 into 10 to the power of minus 5 we have. The value comes to be 0.8. So many moles per liter we have. So from the units only we can say that the order is 1. So therefore we wrote R is equal to K into A to the power of 1. We got answer as option D, 0.8. D is the answer. Then The rate equation for the reaction 2A plus B giving rise to C is found to be rate is equal to K into A into B. The correct statement in relation to this reaction is, so they are given that the rate equation as rate is equal to K into A into B, and the correct relation now. The rate of formation of C is twice the rate of disappearance of A. So one has to write the rate of formation of A and then C then now. That is to say, so if you observe the equation given to us, it is 2A plus B giving rise to C now. So from this we can say minus 1 by 2 dA by dt is equal to, it is dC by dt we have. So rate of formation of C will be equal to half the rate of dissociation of A we have. So therefore the option, this will be false then now. Then T half is a constant value. Here the order is 2 because we have power 1 and 1 plus 1 order is 2. For a second order reaction, half-life cannot be constant. Therefore, this statement is also a false statement then. Units of K must be seconds inverse. Seconds inverse is a unit of first order rate constant, not second order rate constant. And then the value of K is independent of initial concentration. It is common to all. In any reaction, the value of K is independent of initial concentrations. Therefore, the fourth statement must be true. So, answer is option D we have. So, D is the answer. So, value of K is independent of initial concentration of A and B. So, D is the answer. Then, sixth one. The units of rate constant for zero order reaction. So, zero order reaction units of K. So, when you take rate is equal to K into A to the power of 0. It implies that R and K have same units. Rate and rate constant have same units. So it will be mole per liter per second is the units of rate, and then even zero order rate constant. Answer is option C you have. So answer is C. Then the plot of T half versus concentration corresponds to, so T half A to the power of minus 2 is a straight line passing through the origin now. We know that T half proportional to 1 by A power n minus 1. You should get here A to the power of minus 2. It's probably 2. That is possible. Suppose if you take n is equal to 3, then T half proportional to 1 by A to the power of 3 minus 1, that comes to 2 then now. So therefore here T half, in this case T half is proportional to A to the power of minus 2 then now. So graph between T half and A to the power of minus 2 will be straight line passing through the origin then now. So implies that A to the power of minus 2 comes in the case of n is equal to 3. 3 means the reaction is third order reaction we have. So in general T half is inversely proportional to, that is 1 by A power n minus 1 we have. N is equal to 3 implies value of A is A to the power of, power will be equal to 2. Power is minus 2 given to us. T half is proportional to A to the power of minus 2. So it follows it is a third order reaction then. So answer is B option. B is the answer. Third order we have. Then the rate law of a reaction A plus 2B giving rise to products is dB by dt is equal to K into B square we have. If A is taken in excess, then the order of reaction will be, if A is in excess, order of reaction will be, rate will be independent of the concentration of reactant which you take in excess. And since they are taking A in excess here, then the rate depends only upon the B, and is B square we have. So therefore order of reaction will be equal to 2, where B to the power of 2 we have. So whatever you take in excess, the order is going to be independent of that. Here A is taken in excess, therefore depends only upon the B. B to the power of 2 is the rate constant here, therefore order is equivalent to 2. So answer is option B. So B is the answer. Then which of the following is the second order reaction? Second order reaction. So the units will be, second order reaction units we should know. So in general you can say in this way, K units will be equal to molar per second by molar to the power of n we have. N is the order of reaction. And here molar stands for so many mole per liter you have. Mole per liter you have. And here asking for second order reaction there now. Implies N is equal to 2. N is equal to 2 means here it will be mole 1 minus 2 will come here. So minus 1 and seconds inverse will come. So molar to the power of minus 1 implies it will be liter per mole you have per second. Liter per moles per second you have. So answer is option liter per mole per second. Answer is C. So option is C here. So that is C option has a units of second order. Then the reaction 2N2O5 giving rise to 2 moles of N2O4 plus O2 is. Now it is a bimolecular and first order reaction here now. See, there are certain examples to remember from NCERT or SPU textbook. They are given certain reactions to remember. In that it is given as a bimolecular and first order reaction because order can be known only from experimental data. So we need to remember orders of certain reactions which are there in the textbook now. So this is one of the example given in the textbook. So it's a bimolecular first order reaction. So answer is option C. C is the answer for this. Then which one of the following does not correspond to Arrhenius equation? So option A is basic form of Arrhenius equation, and option B is a logarithmic form of this equation. To base C is given, and option C is the same logarithmic form, but to base 10 we have, and D cannot be Arrhenius equation. So therefore option is D. So A is a basic form, B and D are logarithmic form, and D is the answer which does not correspond to Arrhenius equation. So answer is D. Then the rate constant is given by an expression K is equal to P into Z into e to the power of minus E by RT. This is nothing but collision theory's equation. Which factor should register a decrease for the reaction to proceed more rapidly now? More rapidly. If EA is higher, then the rate will be very much less. EA is higher, then rate is going to be very much less. So therefore energy of activation will decide the entire thing. So E will decide. So option C is correct here now. So answer is C. Then the rate law for the reaction between substances A and B is given by rate is equal to K into A power N B power M. On doubling the concentration of A and halving the concentration of B, the ratio of new rate to earlier rate of reaction will be. They are doubling the concentration of A and decreasing the concentration of B by 2. Then the ratio of new rate to the earlier rate we have, and given equation itself is the rate equation for us. Let us write now new rate now. So old rate is K into A power N and B power M we have. Now new rate will be equal to K into, now concentration of A is doubled, so 2A to the power of N. Concentration of B is decreased by 2, it becomes half, so B by 2 to the power of M we have, which is equal to K into, so 2 to the power of N and A to the power of N here, A to the power of N, and then B to the power of M, and it is a 2 to the power of, we have minus M we have. This is equation number 2. Now divide equation 2 by 1. This you are taking it as equation 1 here. Dividing equation 2 by 1 we get now. So 2 by 1 here. So therefore 2 to the power of N and 2 to the power of minus M remains there now. So 2 to the power of N minus M remains. So answer is 2 power N minus M. So answer is D we have. So concentration of A is doubled and B is made half. We have substituted the values in the given expression there, and dividing 2 by 1 we got 2 to the power of N minus M. So answer is option D. So D is the answer. Then half-life of reaction is found to be inversely proportional to cube of its initial concentration. The order of reaction is inversely proportional to cube of its initial concentration. Now in general, T half is inversely proportional to 1 by a power n minus 1. It is given that it is inversely proportional to cube now. Here T half is given as inversely proportional to a to the power of cube then now. Comparing these two, so n minus 1 must be equal to 3 then now. That implies value of n should be equal to 4. So order of reaction is fourth. It is a fourth order reaction then now. So in general, T half is proportional to 1 by a power n minus 1. They are given T half is proportional to, inversely proportional to cube of its initial concentration. So 1 by a power 3. Comparing these two, we get n minus 1 is equal to 3. Therefore, answer is 4. Option is D here. So we got D answer. So D is the answer. The next one. A drop of solution of volume 0.05 molar contains 6 into 10 to the power of minus 7 moles of H plus. If the rate of disappearance of H is 6.0 10 power 5 mole per liter per second, how long it will take for H plus in the drop to disappear? So they are given volume of the solution, the volume of the drop is given. They are given the number of moles of H plus in the drop is given. They gave us the rate of disappearance of H plus also. We have to find out how long will it take for H plus to disappear. Let us first of all find out the concentration. So concentration is given as, that is N by V, moles by volume. So number of moles are given as 6 into 10 to the power of minus 7 by volume of the drop is given as 0.05. So here this value comes to 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. We have so many moles per liter here. This is the concentration of H plus in the drop. Now they gave us the rate as 6.0 10 power minus 5 moles per liter per second we have. So rate is equal to 6 into 10 to the power of 5. So many mole per liter in 1 second now. We have this many mole per liter we have. So therefore 1.2 10 to the power of minus 2 mole per liter takes how much time? Cross multiplying there. So 1.2 10 to the power of minus 2 divided by 6 into 10 to the power of 5 we have. Simplifying this, we got 0.2 10 to the power of minus 7 or else 2 into 10 to the power of minus 8 seconds. So answer is option B. Now they are given the volume of the drop as well as the hydrogen ion number of moles are given. Rate of disappearance of H plus is given to us. It is given in terms of mole per liter per second. How long will it take for H plus to disappear? So first we found out the concentration of the drop, that is mole per liter, and then rate is given as 6 into 10 to the power of 5. So many moles per liter per second we have. Therefore this much concentration disappears in how much time? Cross multiplication. How much time we have? We cross multiplied, we got the value. So option is B we have. So we got the B is as answer. Today we will discuss objective questions from P block elements. First one, 1 mole of calcium phosphide on reaction with excess of water gives 1 mole of calcium phosphide, that is Ca3P2 plus H2O, gives rise to calcium hydroxide plus phosphine gas. When you balance this, it will be 3 moles here and then 2 moles here, and hydrogens will be 12, means 6 here now. So we are going to get, if you take 1 mole here, we get here 2 moles of PH3. So 2 moles of phosphine gas is obtained. Option is C we have. So C is the answer for this. 2 moles of phosphine gas. Then, which is incorrect statement? NO is heavier than O2. If you take NO molar mass is 30, whereas O2 molar mass is 32. So NO cannot be heavier. So A itself is the answer. Formula of heavy water is D2 only. Nitrogen diffuses faster than oxygen because nitrogen molar mass is 28, oxygen is 32 we have. Ammonia can be used as refrigerant. So our answer is option A we have. So A is the answer. Then which one is monobasic in nature? Which one is monobasic? So we should know the structure of these oxy acids now. So phosphorus, double bond O here. So OH, and we have hydrogens left off here now. So we have only one OH group here now. So this is going to be monobasic in nature. If you take phosphorus acid here, there are two OH groups present in this, dibasic in nature. Phosphoric acid will have altogether three OH groups present. So tribasic acid. And peroxyphosphoric acid, double bond O here. We have a peroxy bond present here. But remaining two will be again OH groups only. Means once again tribasic. So monobasic means only one OH group must be present. So answer is option A. So A is the answer. Then which acid form two series of salts? Two series of salts means it must be dibasic in nature. Just now we have seen the structures. If you take phosphorus acid, it is having two OH groups are there. So two OH groups implies it forms two series of salts. Answer is option B. Then which of the following is a cyclic oxo acid? In oxyacid of phosphorus, metaphosphoric acid is cyclic structure. When you take this molecule here, so HPO3 taken thrice now. So H3P3O9. If you see the structure of this H3P3O9, so three phosphorus units are there. Each phosphorus has one double bond O and one OH group here. Double bond O, OH group, double bond O and OH group. Between these two we have an oxidation present now. Here is a trimer. So therefore cyclic one is H3P3O9. So answer is option C. The gases produced in the reaction. This forms PbO plus NO2 plus O2. Ammonium nitrate, this gives rise to, it forms N2O plus H2O. So compounds are NO2 and N2O we have. So answer is option D. So sixth one is option D we have. Then phosphine is not obtained when reaction here. The red phosphorus and NaOH, if you take red P plus NaOH, there is no reaction at all here now. White phosphorus only reacts with NaOH to produce phosphine gas. Calcium phosphate also hydrolyzes to produce phosphine gas. Even trioxide also gives phosphine gas. So option is A. So A is the answer here now. Then during the formation of N2O4, dimer of two NO2 molecules, the odd electrons, one in each of nitrogen atoms of NO2 molecules, get paired. So we should know the structure of N2O4 then. Structure of N2O4 will be, so N, double bond O, coordinate covalent bond O, and here coordinate bond, double bond O. The resonating structures we have here. So this will be double bond O and coordinate covalent bond, coordinate bond O, double bond O we have. So NN bond will be weaker bond here, and all these bond lengths, NO bond lengths, will be equal because of resonance. Let us see the options now. That is, so NN bond is weaker, two NO bonds are equivalent. No, all are equivalent only. So it is a weak bond and all four of them are equivalent. So option is B answer we have. So all four bonds are equivalent. So answer is B. Then substance which is solid at room temperature forms ionic compounds. and reacts with hydrogen forming hydride, aqueous solution is acidic in nature. So you can take aqueous solution acidic means it should be non-metallic hydride only, and solid is iodine we have. So iodine is a solid substance, and HI hydride is actually acidic in nature. So the answer is option C. So C is the answer. Iodine. Next, hydrogen bond doesn't play any role in the boiling of. So in given options, only HA doesn't form any hydrogen bonding. Therefore, doesn't play a role in HI boiling. So answer is option C you have. Then hybridization of iodine in IF3 is IF3 molecule, we have 3 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs are there. So iodine having 7 valence electrons here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 valence electrons. 3 are bonded to fluorine atom. So 3 are bonded, say 1, 2, 3 are bonded here. So these 3 will be bond pairs. Bond pairs are 3, 1 and 2. These 2 are lone pairs we have. So 3 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs means 5 pairs are there. 5 pairs, total number of 5 pairs means it is sp3d hybridization. So answer is option A. Number of chlorine oxygen bonds in Cl2O7 molecule. You should know the structure of Cl2O7. So chlorine Cl2O7, we have 2 tetrahedral units of, in this way we have the structure of Cl2O7. We need to count ClO bonds here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bonds are there. So number of bonds are 8 in number altogether. So Cl2O7 structure. From that you can know the number of ClO bonds. They are 8 in number. So answer is option 8. Then Cl2 is passed through hot aqueous NaOH. So NaOH solution, hot aqueous, chlorine gas is being passed means the compounds will be NaCl. Hot solution means it will be NaClO3 plus H2O. So chlorate and chloride is being formed. Chloride will have -1 and chloride has +5 oxidation state we have now. So chlorine oxidation states are -1 and +5 we have. Answer is option B. B answer you have. B is the answer. Then the solubility of iodine in H2O may be increased by the addition of. So iodine is soluble in potassium iodide. It forms Ki3. So therefore solubility will be in Ki solution. Then that is option C you have. Then next question is 15th one. Tincture of iodine is. The direct question. Tincture of iodine means it is a solution of iodine dissolved in potassium iodide. Solution of iodine dissolved in potassium iodide. So answer is option B. So B is the answer.